everyone, and welcome back to the Nail It program. In this video of the chemistry series, I am going to be showing you how to do chemical equations. Now, chemical equations, they are a very fundamental principle in chemistry and they always come up in exams. You can gain easy marks on them, so it's very important that you know how to balance them if you want to get full marks in them. Usually they are worth 3 marks, and getting these 3 marks are very easy if you know how to do chemical equations. So there are a few rules, there are a few golden rules for chemical equations. So the golden rules. No atoms are created or destroyed. If you have watched my fundamental principles video, then you should have seen this come under the conservation of mass. It's very important because this is what you need to know if you need to explain why chemical equations need to be balanced. Now, how do you balance chemical equations? You balance them by putting numbers in front of the formula. So for example, here, if you have MgO, you just put a number in front of it if it's not balanced, and that's how you balance it. You never put numbers after the chemical formulae, because that shows how much atoms there are in the molecule, but that's not what you need to balance the equation. So this is what I mean. When you have 2Mg, that's how you balance the formula, not Mg2. They mean two totally different things, and the one written in red is totally incorrect. So I'm going to show you an example of how to balance chemical equations. Here we have the equation Mg plus O2 is, well, it makes MgO. This is the formula for magnesium plus oxygen, makes magnesium oxide. Now, the reason why it's called O2 is because it's naturally diatomic, and you need to remember that because that's something very important. You need to remember that O2 is naturally diatomic. You need to write it like that, because if you don't and if you forget, it's going to make a huge difference to your final answer. Okay, so first, we can see that the oxygens aren't balanced. On the left-hand side, we have 2 oxygens. On the right-hand side, we have only 1 oxygen. Now, that's why our first step is to balance the oxygens. This is what you need to do. You just need to see which elements are unbalanced and start to balance them straight away. So you balance the oxygens. How did I balance this? I just stick the 2 in front of the MgO, and this gives me 2 oxygen atoms. So that's how I balance that. Now, after I've balanced the oxygen, so the oxygen in the equation is now balanced, I have found out that the magnesium is not balanced. On the right-hand side, I have 2 magnesiums, but on the left-hand side, I only have 1. So now we need to balance the magnesium. How do we do this? We stick a 2 in front of the magnesium on the left-hand side. And this balances the magnesium on both sides because we have 2 magnesium atoms on both sides, and it's balanced. Right, so here is the method I've basically written to explain what I've just done here, if it was hard to understand. So, method. First of all, you need to find the elements that doesn't balance on the right-hand side and left-hand side. Now here, in my example, this was step number 1. I identified that the oxygen wasn't balanced, so I decided to start balancing them. Step 2, balance. So I balanced the oxygens, and that's what I got. Next step, check if the other elements are balanced or not, because they may have changed when you stick certain numbers in front of elements. For example, here, when I put my 2 in front of my magnesium oxide for the oxygen, I have found out that now my magnesium is not balanced. So I decided to start balancing my magnesium. And that's what I mean by step 3. Now, step 4, you repeat the same process. I balanced my magnesiums, and that gave me the correct answer of a balanced equation. Now it's time for you to try. Here I've given an equation, and I'll put on the steps and the answer, so that will give you a better understanding of the whole concept. So here is the answer to the question. First, I have seen that the sodiums aren't balanced, so I balanced off the sodiums by adding a 2 in front of NaOH. And then I saw that the hydrogens weren't balanced, so I put a 2 in front of the water. And that balanced my whole chemical equation. Now, for some of these, you need to learn how to do the formula. For example, for NaOH, you need to know how to write that. That's related to ions, but I'll also show you how to do it in my next video, which is going to be about ionic equations. And some of these formulas you just need to learn. For example, sulfuric acid, you need to learn the formula for all the acids and for all the diatomic molecules, as well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. If you did not find this video useful in any way, please do comment below and subscribe for more videos. Thanks.